What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Jeffrey from PSR Parts. Today we are back with another video. It has taken a while before we had a new video online. Very busy workshop, very busy with new plans for 2026, big plans for 2026, which is coming along nicely. When we are ready to tell you about the plans, we will of course do that, but it's going to be big for our company. Today we are on board a BMW G81 M3, lovely car. We are going to install a DCE parts midpipe. The car has catless downpipes, the car has a equal length exhaust, which they imported themselves. So like we said, this car already has a equal length exhaust, but it is a little bit more raspy. This is not our midpipe on this car. We're going to help the customer to get a more refined sound. As you can see, it is quite raspy down under, so we are now around the 2000 RPM mark. And is also what the customer thinks about the car himself. So we have our midpipe, which is a proven concept on a lot of catless and 200 cell downpipe setups. Of course, all setups have its pros and cons. Our setup is a little bit less loud down under, but on the other hand, it is a lot better in the higher end, which means the car will sound more racy and less raspy down under, because as you can hear, it's a bit too much, and we're going to try to tune that out of the exhaust. So as you can see, it's really raspy down under. Actually, up in the rev range, it sounds really good. It is really good, but it's especially down under that the car sounds a little bit too metallic, and we can tune it out with our midpipe. So what is equal length on the S58 platform? The S58 has two turbos, and the downpipes are different in terms of the length that they have. So the front downpipe is longer than the back downpipe, which means that when the sound waves normally mix under the car will not sound like a true 6-cylinder. With the equal length setups, you will try to mix those sound waves under the car when the length has been compensated in the midpipe. When you compensate that in the midpipe, the sound wave will mix with each other at approximately the same time, making a much more harmonic sound. So here we go, we can see the exhaust from underneath the car. So it's a little bit of a different concept than we are used to with our design. You see that the car has resonators and is coupled to the original rear box. However, X-pipe is in front of the resonators. That is probably the cause of why the car sounds so raspy. The part that equalizes the exhaust is on this side. As you can see, the turns and the bends in the exhaust are on this side. This side is the side that is compensated. This side is connected to the short downpipe, which is then mixed into the X-pipe right under here. With this setup, that is probably the cause of the raspiness around the 2000 to 4000 RPM mark. Up in the rev range, then the car sounds really good. It is inspired by one of the bigger brands in the market, but those have resonators in front of the exhaust, which is probably the reason this exhaust sounds a little bit more raspy than the other big brands in the market. So as you can see here, we are utilizing only one side of the car, which means the car will be having the exhaust completely on this side. So this side of the exhaust will be removed, and then the bend here will be compensating for the length in the downpipe, resonators, X-pipe, and then this will be the replacement of the exhaust on the car. This is also one of the differences that we see in the aftermarket midpipe from whatever or midpipe. So this is made like the original midpipe with a small chamfer inside the flange. The aftermarket unnamed brand one is using gaskets, flat gaskets. We prefer to use original BMW stuff. So it means that on the car, here, we're going to install the gaskets back. Here too. Sorry, not here. There. And it means that we use OE fitment on our midpipe here to make sure that we can reuse the gaskets from BMW. And as you can see, it's the original BMW one. There you go, the midpipe has been installed, and as you can see, it is a completely different concept. We love how many concepts are there for these cars. So even though there are a lot of suppliers in terms of exhaust for these cars, all of them sound different. We've thoroughly tested this setup and we are super happy with how this car sounds. The best way is to go for the resonators. We also made a version with the bigger resonators, but I think this will already make a big difference compared to the one that came off the car. Logo. Brace is not necessary, it's optional. If you want, you can do it, but it's not necessary because we thought about the clearance around the pipes here, of course. It's a little bit flexible here, so you can adjust it. And here on the downpipes, you of course have to connect it to the downpipes. This one runs catless downpipes. Original hanger here. There we go, back on board the BMW G81. Super nice color, by the way, super nice spec. It's in frozen white, originally delivered by BMW, so it's a really lovely setup. We are now driving in comfort mode, so we'll of course demonstrate to you that even with the car in that comfort mode, valves closed, it's really bearable. Almost no drone. Of course, this is the resonated version. You can choose for the non-resonated versions if you want. But those are of course a little bit more raspy compared to the resonated version. So the midpipe that came off the car is, like we explained, equal length with an X-pipe and then the resonators. This is exactly the other way around. We have equal length, then the resonators, then the X-pipe. And the X-pipe is also a longer version of it, which means the airflow has a little bit more time to settle. So we are now driving in comfort mode. 8th gear is as silent as it can be. As you can hear, it's completely drone free. Little bit of a sound, of course, when you get on the throttle on load. but that's expected. The car is catless and it's there's like 5 filters removed. We're now in sport mode with the valves open. Put it in Sport Plus. Still very loud, but different kind of rasp. So a catless downpipe is of course really difficult to dampen. But it's definitely not as metallic as before. Very aggressive tune. This tune is done by STI Mikey. Really lovely tune. We have also dynoed the car prior to installing this midpipe, so the car was running 102 and did around 790 horsepower if I'm correct. Really good. So yeah. Oh, really sick setup. There's also an MST intake on the car that we have delivered and installed for the customer, which is really good sounding as well. Happy with the results so far. Ooh, this is insane. Quick car, yeah. And with a child seat in the back. Oh man, crazy. These G81 M3s are out of this world. They give so much performance. It's so much fun to drive. But it has all the space that you need. You can bring your child in the car without any issues. Drive around. Oh, the gearbox is also really, really aggressive. So, but we've put it into efficient mode. This is with the valves closed. It's really good. Cruising speeds, 8th gear. A much, much different sound compared to the midpipe that was on the car. It sounds much deeper. So the metallic sound has been filtered out correctly. That's why we install those resonators. If you think this is too loud, which I can imagine, we do have resonated catless downpipes, which do not cost too much in flow. And we also have a bigger muffler for this equal length midpipe, which is also on the same location as the one on this one. And yeah, really lovely that this setup turns out as it should be. I want to thank you guys for watching, like and subscribe, and see you on the next video.
Yeah.